welcome to my channel. My name is Bernadine and my channel's name is How the Hook Turns, and I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome again, and if you're new, welcome. This is a channel that has been going for a couple of months, 3 I think now actually, and I talk about mostly my life and crochet. A little bit about knitting, but since I've gotten head on into that crochet, that's mainly what I like to do. So that's what I do. I do what I like to do. So today is Tuesday morning. Well, no, it's Tuesday afternoon, barely afternoon. Let me pull my chair up a little, put my arms down where I can relax and talk to you guys. Tuesday afternoon, it's a cloudy day outside, and we're supposed to have some significant rain starting possibly tonight, early in the wee hours of the morning, and rain all day tomorrow and all day Thursday with temps in the 40s. So it's gonna be chilly, but that's okay. It's winter. Well, not officially, but it's almost Christmas soon. So today, if you've been following me, you know I'm working on this sweater. And this sweater. Yeah. This is, and if you're new, you don't know that, so I'm telling you now. It is a solid stitch, double crochet hexagon sweater. And I have got my 2 hexagons put together. I've got my sleeves both on the length that I want them. And I'm working on the cuff, folks. And this is what I got here. Now, on this pattern, this particular pattern, you don't have to put a cuff. You don't have to put a cuff on any, you don't have to do anything, right? You can just do what you want. That's one of the reasons I like crochet so well. Is if I want to do that, I can. If I want to do something else, I can. And in the end, it's all your own. So I wanted to put a cuff on this sweater, a ribbed cuff on this sweater. And I have used this cuff pattern on a couple of other hexagon sweaters, but they were granny stitch hexagon sweaters. Hold on, I need a drink of water. Much better. And a piece of ice. That's good. That's just water. Anyway, this, I'm going to link the tutorial for this sweater in the description box. I'm also going to put a second tutorial for a granny stitch hexagon sweater that I made a couple of those off of that tutorial, and I used the specific cuff pattern. And I really liked how this cuff pattern turned out. I'm really loving it. Yeah, it's great. And I had to redo it and redo it and redo it and redo it. And mine was never coming out even. I was either too big on one side or too big on the other side. My stitches were never even. And I will give you this advice. If you want to make this cuff off of the pattern that I'm going to link on the granny stitch hexagon, make sure that you watch that video very closely to see when she comes in here and attaches it to the sleeve for the next row up. Make sure you watch that closely, because if you don't watch it closely, you'll miss it. I had to rewatch it a few times when I was making those other sweaters, and I thought, well, this will be easy because I've done it before, but it's easy to forget exactly how it goes. So if you're going to make this, watch real closely when it comes to attaching it to the sleeve and going back up. So I'm going to put you down and I'm going to crochet, and I'm going to kind of show you this what I'm doing here. Let me see. Hold on, folks. I'm going to move you up a little bit. Yeah. Now, can you see that, or I can never tell. Maybe. This is the part I want you to see. This is the cuff. So, what I did the first time, well, I'm going to go back and show you. Where's the other cuff? Okay, here's my cuff. And I was decreasing it with doing single crochet, 2 together. And she said if you want it smaller, you can just go around it again with the decreases. So I did that. And I tried it on, and it fit me real well in the wrist. So I thought, that's going to be okay. So I went all the way around this thing with 2 rows of the decrease of the single crochet, and this fit fine, but when you put the cuff on it, it was way too little. So I had to rip that out and just use 1 row of the decrease. So let me go over here and put my hook in here, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. So what I have done is, let's see, put my thread over there. What I have done is I've just put my first single crochet in my cuff, and I'm fixing to go up with it. So what you do in this thing is you're going to go into the back loop with your hook, and this gives you the ribbing on the cuff. I hope you can see that. If I'm doing this and you can't see it, I'll just delete this video and redo it. Whoops. Okay. Just single crochet up to the very top. Today I'm using my size 4mm Furls resin hook. It seems to do well. I had to go to a smaller hook, and I went to this one this morning. Well, I started this morning, okay, folks? It's afternoon, of course. Okay, so when you get to the top, right here, this is not a tutorial, but I'm just going to tell you, try to explain it a little bit if you want to use this pattern. And she tells you this too, when you go to the top, you don't go in the back loop, you just go in both loops. And then you're going to, she says you don't have to chain 1, but I could never get my count right unless I chained 1. So for me, I'm chaining 1, okay? If you know how to do it without chaining 1, you go, you. I don't know how. So I'm just doing what I know. And what I don't know, I'm not doing it. And then your first stitch back, you go through both loops. And then you only go in the back loop. I thought, till you get all the way down, I thought as much trouble as I have had with this cuff, getting it right, I would make a very short tutorial. Now, I'm down here to my last stitch. You can see that. That's my last stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the back loop, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through. And then, see, I was messing up thinking I would go in this stitch, but no, that is not the next stitch because I already have something in this stitch. She says go into the next available stitch, which would be this one far over, and you draw up 1, and you pull, whoops, now see I messed up. So you go through that one and you draw up 1, and you go through your far next stitch with nothing in it, and you draw up a loop. Now to attach it to the sleeve, you have to go up to your next empty stitch which is right up here, and slip stitch in it. Now, then you turn your work. Now, you guys may already know how to do this, and I'm probably preaching to my choir of seasoned crocheters out there in YouTube land, but I didn't know this. And then after you turn it, now you're ready to go back up your cuff. You put your first single crochet, you go through both loops, and that's the one you crochet into. And then you start going into the back loops and single crochet in the back loops of every stitch on your cuff. Back loop, back loop, back loop, back loop, back loop, back loop, back loop. Now, after I do this back loop, I'm up here at the very top of my cuff. And what you're going to do is you're going to go through both stitches at the very top. And it can be a little tight up here. And you single crochet through both the stitches, not just the back, not just one loop. And then I chain one, and that's what I do. And I don't know, it works for me. When I didn't chain one, my count was all wrong. And then you're back up here, see? Right where we were when I started showing you. And the first stitch, you go through both loops for your single crochet. And then you start going in your back loops. And see how it looks at the top? It's going to be just perfect. And see how it's connected to the sleeve? So if you want to put a cuff on your sweater, and you don't have to, of course, not this kind of cuff, you could put that girl on the video where I got this hexagon, she just put a double crochet cuff and it looked good. So if you want to do that, that works. All right, I have one more stitch here to go in the back loop of my single crochet. And after that, I have the one left, so I'm going to go into the back loop of it with my hook. This one is a little tight. And I'm going to pull up one loop. Whoops, I lost it. All right, there's one loop. Then I'm going to go not into this stitch, but into the next stitch that has nothing in it. Draw up a loop and pull through all of them. Then I'm going to go to the next stitch that has nothing in it, and I'm going to slip stitch. Then I'm going to turn my work. And then my next stitch is going to be this one my first stitch. It's going to be this one right here, and I'm going to go through both loops and single crochet. And I'm going to start going in the back of my loops and go up to the top of my cuff. Dropping my stitches today. Now, maybe this is a tutorial, folks. I don't do tutorials, but maybe this is a small tutorial. And you see how this is going to close up and not be too small, I hope, for my hand, for my wrist. I think it's going to be good, actually. So here's the right side. So that's how we're coming along. I don't know if that was helpful or not. I I had a hard time seeing. I'm not saying anything. I'm not down in her tutorial, because it's a great tutorial. But I just couldn't see that well. And you may not can see that well here, but I had trouble with it. And I didn't want any of my friends out there, you guys, to have trouble with it if you wanted to put a cuff on your sweater. Yeah. I wanted you to be able to do it easier than I was. I don't want you to have to rip out or frog out, as they say. But all is well in my little corner of the world this morning. And I have started on the surprise gift for my husband. Yes, last night I started on it. And it's coming right along. And when I get down on it, I'll show you that. And that may be my next video. But folks, I love this sweater. I can't wait to finish it. And I'm excited. I'm excited over this cuff. It's going to be so cute. So, excitement. I'm so happy. So, thank you guys for watching again. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you like my video. And keep watching. I'll be coming up with more videos real soon. And I love you guys. Jesus and God love you. And I wish blessings on all of y'all during this wonderful season, celebrating the birth of our Christ. So, until next time, my friends, it's a wrap from here, and the show is over. And next time, bye now.